So there we are. We're fine, and that's us on. That's us live, I think. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes before we get going, just to make sure that everything's working okay. So if you can see us, if you can hear us okay, please send us a wee message just to let us know that everything's working okay. Please let us know where you're watching from. We're always very keen to hear where people are watching from. And if you've got any questions along the way, please feel free to ask. So if there's anybody watching, please just let us know that you can see us and hear us okay. And we're going to just take a couple of minutes just to get sorted, get ourselves organised. Okay, so I don't know, is there any messages there? Can we see any messages? Hi, oh, there is somebody out there. That's sounding good. Somebody says it sounds okay on the M6. Good, thank you Declan, thanks for letting us know, that's good. Good, Caroline, thanks for saying that. We've got a beautiful day here, the forecast is very, very little wind, but just as we've sat here, there's a wee wind got up. Just wanted to make sure that you can hear everything okay. So, as I said before, Caroline's watching from West Lothian. So just let us know where you're watching from, say hello, and we'll just take a couple of minutes to get ourselves organised before we head off. So we had a horrible rainy day here yesterday. It was rain, it was gales, it was really miserable, but it's turned round today. So yes, we're very lucky. We're very lucky. It's looking good. Looking good. So what time are we on? 1 minute to go. Somebody else from Midlothian. Thanks for watching, David. Oh, there's Kate from Brodick. Hi, Kate. Thanks for watching. Now, there's somebody, what does that say? South Derbyshire. There we are. Someone else from Inverclyde. Laurie from Ohio in America. What can you see? Someone there from Bavaria. I wonder what the weather's like there today. So we're just we've had some good weather, and then we've had some very, very average weather. So I think the forecast from today on is nice. So we're hoping that this is really the start of spring proper. There's someone, Tina from Michigan. There we are. And James from Aviemore, from the Alvey estate at Aviemore. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I think we must be, oh, it's sunny in Bavaria. Sunny in Bavaria. So are we ready to go? Yep, good. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a start. So I'm going to hand the camera over. I'm just going to turn it round. There we are. And I'm going to let Agnes take the camera, and I think we're good to go. So welcome to Bellevue, everybody. And welcome to Go Rural. Thanks for joining us today. And it is a lovely, lovely day. So we're very, very lucky. So as I said just a minute ago, let us know where you're watching from. Say hello. And if you've got any questions as we're going along, put them in the chat box. I can't just see all the questions here just now, but I'll make sure that I answer them all. So anything at all you want to ask, or any comments you have, put them in the chat and we'll answer them as we're going along.
I can't hear you now.
Okay, can't hear? Right, can you hear me now? If I just carry it, maybe that would be easier, would it? If I just put the mic there. Is that a wee bit better? Is that better? No? I'll turn around this way, okay? Right, working? Right. It's working. Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? Is that a bit better?
No, mic's not working.
Mic's working. Right. Well, what we'll do is we'll just we're going to take that out, and I'm going to just turn the camera around for a wee second. Can you hear me now? If somebody can just let me know if you can hear me now. Thank you, David. So you can hear me there now. So what we'll do is I'll just carry the mic, carry the phone, and we'll just work with it. We'll work with it now. So I'm going to turn this back around again, and I'm just going to let you have a wee look about where we are. So we are the Curry family. So I'm Ailsa Curry, and we farm here at Bellevue Farm with my husband Donald Curry and my two sons, wee Donald, who is 16, and my younger son Andrew, who's 12. So we're a beef and sheep farm. So we have about 50 suckler cows, and we have about 250 breeding ewes. We also grow barley. So we grow about 70 acres of malting barley. So that is barley that we grow, and that is sold to make whisky in the local distillery here. So the barley makes Arran whisky. So Daddy Donald, that's Donald Senior, he also does a lot of agricultural contracting work. So he's away today spreading fertiliser. So he's over the other side of the island today spreading fertiliser for one of the farmers over there. We've also got the 2 holiday cottages, and we started doing farm tours it'll be about 3 years ago now. So they're great fun, and it's always something I sort of had a bee in my bonnet about, was letting people have a look at what we have on the farm here, and sort of trying to give people a better insight into how their food is produced, and really sort of see things from farm all the way through to fork. So what we're going to start with is just to let you have a wee look. This is wee Donald here, so this is my son, and I hope you can hear me. All of a sudden there's a big wind got up. So this is Donald's flock of bell taxies. So wee Donald he's been very busy during lockdown. He's coming up to his school exams, so he's been working very, very hard, and this is Donald's kind of switch off. It's what he's very interested in, is the cattle and the sheep. So yeah, he's had a few singles with his bell taxies, but we were a wee bit worried just that, you know, they might have lambing problems, but it's all gone very well. So they're all, you can see them out here, they're all quite happy, and there's lots of lovely wee lambs down there as well. So that's him just feeding them there. And what else I was going to show you, did I see a cow there? Did I see a cow there a minute ago? She's gone again, has she? So we're just sort of coming towards the end of lambing. Most of our sheep have lambed, and we're starting to calve the cows now. So there is a cow in the front field there with her wee calf, and I'm sure I saw her a minute ago, but she's vanished. So we'll leave her just now, and we're just going to head over. So what I thought we would do today is just take you for a wee donder around some of the animals we have in the farm. Let you see, just give you a wee taste of what it's like to do a farm tour here. And then we can go up the lambing shed, see what's going on up there, and then we were just going to finish down at the holiday cottages. So this is our hay shed in here. So there's a general melee of bits and bobs and people and personalities in here. So I'll just let you have a look, and we can say hello to some of these guys. Hello, hi. So these are some of our goats in here. So we're very excited because we haven't long had goats, and we have now got some baby goats. So if you can see these guys, these are our wee baby goats. So there is a sort of general goat ethos that you don't do what you're told, and you don't stay where you're asked to stay. So these guys have been sort of creating mayhem all round the farm, and one day there was a massive hullabaloo underneath one of the silage trailers, and when we went to try and get to the bottom of what it was all about, it transpired that, hello, hi, that there was 2 wee baby goats under there. So we had 2 kids. So they have been great fun. They're very exciting, and they're lovely. They've been raising riot all morning. So they're just having a wee rest in here. And this is the bold biscuits. So he's very put out. He is the sort of, how would you say, the leader of the pack. And he was causing so much mischief that he was in the lambing shed. So that was really where he was appreciated, because everybody sort of appreciated how important he was up there. Whereas down here, when he's with the goats, he's just got to muck in with the rest a bit. So he's not too happy. So I think we'll have to put biscuits back up into the lambing shed where everybody really appreciates them a bit better. So that's these guys. So there's some bales of straw in there. They love to kick their heels. They love to play, cause lots of mischief. Don't you? You coming to say hello? There we are. Oh, there we are. Hello. Hi. There. So that's our baby goats. And we better say hello to these guys. So these are our special friends. Okay, Murphy. So this is Hamish and Murphy. So these are our donkeys. So these are rescue donkeys. So they're we're very fond of them. So this is Hamish. And if I show you what they're getting here, can I show you in front of the camera? You can see this is their special thing. So they love extra strong mints. Don't you, Hamish? So if I going to give you one. There we are. Good boy. Oh, you can hear the crunch. And here's Murph. There you are, wee man. That's a good boy. There we are. There. So that's their special treat, isn't it? And once Murphy has had a couple of extra strong mints, his tongue and his lips go all sugary and jiggly. Isn't that right, Murphy? Oh, and this lady, not to be outdone, this is Tabitha. So she's our miniature Shetland pony. Tabitha, come here. Hiya. There we are. So she's very partial to the mints as well. So I always say she's our princess. So everybody loves Tabitha, and she loves to be made a fuss of. And obviously she likes her mints as well. So that's these guys. And last, but by no means least in here, are our piggies. So these, we got these pigs we'll have had these guys about a month now. So we're feeding these guys at the minute, and these guys will be put out very, very soon as well. So we're just getting a house made up for them, and then they'll be heading out to the field. But they love to root about in here. It is great melee at feeding time, much chaos, but you can see now they're all comfy, peace and tranquility, and they're just having a wee rest. So they're very, very happy. Look at the smiley face there. So these are, oh, there we are, happy pigs. So that's everything that's in here. So what I thought we would do, we'll just head out now, and we'll head up the yard, and we'll see what's happening in the lambing shed. So just to tell you a wee bit about the Isle of Arran. So we are on the west coast of Scotland, so we are sort of southwest of Glasgow. So we're about an hour on the ferry, and we are actually on the west side of the island. So we're looking out onto the Mull of Kintyre, and really beyond the Mull of Kintyre, you're really heading to America. So yes, we're very much looking forward to opening our doors to all our visitors again. So yes, it's nice. Spring is bringing everything to life, and it'll be nice to see everybody coming to visit us again. So this is us just heading up into the lambing shed in here. So here we are. There we are. So as I say, we've just got, there's only probably about 50 left to lamb now. So we'll just very quietly go in here. And I thought I would just sort of explain to you, you know, how we work things in here. So this is not a specially purpose-built lambing shed. It's used for lots of other things throughout the year. But what we do is the tups, our tups go out with the mummies sort of towards the end of October time, and the tups have a harness on them, on their chests when they go out, so that when they serve a sheep, it leaves a mark on the sheep's bottom. So it's a sort of crane attached to the harness, so we can tell by the colour of the crane when to expect her to have her babies. So we start off with a yellow crane, and then we sort of get darker from there. So we know if she's yellow, she's early, and if she's a dark colour, she's going to be later to lamb. So if we look at, see this lady here, she's got a blue mark on her bottom, so we know she's going to be later to lamb. If you look over there, there's a lady with a red bottom, so she's going to be a wee bit earlier. So yeah, all the yellows have lambed now, and we're working our way through the reds, so we're getting quite well to the back of them as well. So we can tell by the colour of their bottoms when they're going to lamb roughly, and then in January we get them scanned, and the scanner leaves a mark on them mid-back. So that's another sort of colour code, so that tells us how many lambs to expect each mummy to have. So if you look, this lady here's got a red mark, so we know that when she comes to the lambing that we would be expecting her to have triplets. This lady here, she's got a blue mark, so we would expect her to have a single. And I'm just trying to see that lady there. She hasn't got anything mid-back, so we would be expecting her to have twins. So that's very, very important from 2 points of view, but mainly from feeding. So really we need to feed them according to how many lambs they're going to have. So if we feed a single too much feeding, what happens is the wee lamb grows too big in its mummy's tummy, and when it comes to lambing time we have lambing problems. On the other end of the scale, if we don't feed triplets enough, the mummy struggles to feed all the lambs in her mummy's tummy, and then she becomes unwell. So you know that's the other side of the spectrum. So we split them into different groups: singles, triplets and twins, and we feed them accordingly. Also, when they come to lambing, it makes it easier for us if we know that somebody's going to have a single. What our ideal is to have each mummy going out the shed with 2 lambs. So if we see a single coming to the lambing, what we can do is take a triplet, which maybe a mummy couldn't look after, and we would twin that onto a single, so that they're all going out the shed with 2 lambs. So that's what we're trying to do. So when they come to the lambing, when we see them starting to lamb, we would keep an eye on them, and then once they'd lambed, we would get them slipped into a pen. So they go into one of these wee pens. So if we can see here, this is one that's not long born. So you can see the mummy's licking it. See, and listen to her, see she's talking to it. So she's getting it all sorted out. So when we talk about the lambing the sheep, it's not really us that's doing it all, it's really the mummy that is doing all the work. We're just helping the mummy. Sometimes they have problems and we need to help them, but we're really just doing what we can to make it as easy for them as possible. So she's talking to her wee lambs, and then she'll make sure that they've all got full tummies. So that's the very, very important thing, to make sure they get enough colostrum, and that gives them all the protection from all the bugs that they'll encounter in their life. So that's her, she's talking to it, and then she'll get it onto its feet and she'll get it in for a wee sook. So when a yow goes into a pen, we put a string on the gate. So if you see this one here has got a string on the gate. So if it's got a string like that on the gate, everybody that's working with the sheep knows that sheep has got something that it needs attention. So this will get a string in its gate now, and when we're happy that the lambs have sooked, the lambs are healthy and the mum's okay, we'll take the string off. So that, when you look down here, you can see all these wee guys have got strings on their gate. So for one reason or another, we're keeping an eye on them. This one here, so this lady lost one of her lambs. So you maybe can't see it. So what we had to do was actually to take the skin from the dead lamb and put it onto a new wee lamb. So then the mummy thinks that that's her lamb. So that's what we sort of call twinning that onto a sheep. So then she loves that new wee lamb as if it was her old lamb. So once we're happy that everything's okay, we put a string round the top, and these wee lambs get a rubber ring on, and they get put into what we call the mixer pen. So this is just the ones that are a bit stronger, and the ones that we are thinking are ready to go out to grass. So these are the wee guys that have all gone into the mixer pen this morning. So you see the twins get a number on them. So they both get the same number, so that if they get lost in the field, we can find their pal, find their big brother or sister. Some people put numbers on the sheep as well. We don't do that because we generally find that it's one lamb that gets lost, not the two of them. So we don't actually put numbers on the mummies. It's just the wee lammies that we put the numbers onto. So they go in here for a day, and this is just a sort of double check for us. It lets the mums just take a wee bit time to get sorted out. If there is a problem, it lets us see the problem in the shed and deal with it before they go out into the field, because by that time, if we have to bring them in, it's more work. And the way our farm's set out, we've got lots of fields scattered all over. So, you know, some of our fields are a couple of miles away, so if we have to bring lambs back and forward, it's quite a lot of work. So when they come out the mixer pen, we put them in a trailer and we take them out to the field. So we had a lot out this morning, went away in the horse box up to Beaumickle, a couple of miles up the road. So we're pretty happy that everything's okay with these guys. So that's pretty much them. So what I was going to just take you up here and show you was, this is our pet lambs. So we don't have too many pet lambs, but this is our merry band feeding the pet lambs. So we get quite attached to our pet lambs, don't we? So this is Louie and Mirren and Keris who are helping. So they're feeding all these guys. So it all seems quite civilised at the minute. But once the pet lambs get going, they are quite crazy, aren't they? There we are. See that? So all very peaceful, all very peaceful. So we'll leave you guys to it. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to head out here. These ladies are all just relaxing in the sun that's coming through. We're going to head through here. Now these are our alpaca ladies. So this is Granada and Eriskay, who are just hanging out here. Granada's very beautiful, aren't you, Granada? So Granada had a wee baby last year, so we've just taken him down to the other shed. So they're just hanging in here for the chat. So we're going to slip through here and we can say hello to the cows as we pass. So these are all our mummy cows. So these are Cemento cows. Hello. Hi. So these are all just starting to calve now. So they're in here. We're watching these guys all the time. And when we think, this is Lucy. All right, Lucy, she's our pet cow. She's very, yes, very cheeky. So when we think they're going to calve, we will slip them out the back, and there's a big straw area out there. So that's where they calve. So again, it's just very much the same as the lambs. Once we are sure that the calf's got its colostrum, it's sucking properly, its mum's fit and healthy, and that she's cleaned okay, we get them out to the field as well. So the two are kind of working side by side. So I think what we'll do is we'll just head back down, and we're just going to quickly show you our holiday cottages before we finish. So on the way down, what I was going to talk about was the Go Rural Scotland. So Go Rural Scotland is an amazing organisation which has pulled together lots of farmers and amazing agri-tourism businesses from all over Scotland, and it really has gone from strength to strength. So they're in the process now of launching their new website, so you can go on and find the Go Rural Scotland website, and I would say it's really the sort of go-to place for anything agri-tourism in Scotland. So that might be accommodation, might be farm tours, might be farm shops, farm produce, any of these kind of things. So I would suggest that you definitely, have a look at it, see what it all has to offer. But yes, it certainly looks like the sort of go-to place for agri-tourism. So we were just going to finish off down here. These are our holiday cottages. So both of our cottages accommodate 5 people. So we have great time with our holiday visitors each year. We've been doing quite a lot of work on our cottages this lockdown, so we're really looking forward to welcoming visitors back to the cottages again. And one of the things that we have introduced this year, basically because we're trying to on the farm sort of show the farm to fork story, is we have introduced a sort of new welcome pack, so that when our visitors come to our cottage, they will be able to sample a lot of the local Arran produce. So what we have here, we have the Arran Dairies milk. So both cottages have a bottle, and you can nip down to the village of Blackwaterfoot and refill your bottle of Arran milk. So there's only actually one dairy farm on the island now, but it's nice that you're able to come and drink that milk. So we've got our own burgers and sausages and our own free range eggs there. Bread from the amazing Blackwaterfoot Bakehouse, that's very good. Some local tablet that is made by the lady from the shop in the village. Some Arran oat cakes, and some of the Arran cheese. So there's Arran blue cheese there, and there's Arran brie cheese there. So that's made basically in the yard here. So that's made in the creamery in the yard. So I think that was really all we were going to show you today. As I said before, if you've got any questions at all, put them in the chat and I will be more than happy to answer them. If you just want to say hello, we'll be delighted to hear from you as well. This is Sid and this is Andrew. So Sid's very cheeky. He's our collie. So he's not one that likes to miss out on the action. So I'm going to turn the camera around for a wee second. So we're going to close, but can I just say thank you very much to Go Rural Scotland for having us today, and can I also ask you to tune in tomorrow where I think you're doing a farm tour with Louise Nichol up in Angus at Newton Farm Holidays. So that will be a great farm tour. Really, you'll learn an awful lot up there and it'll be great fun. So please tune in again tomorrow. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good day and take care. Bye just now.